Hello guys, this is Frosty and welcome to Frosty Adores Games. So today we're going to be talking about The Last of Us 2, and this video is not scripted because how I script videos, I just put bullet points and then talk about the points and then move on to the next point and all that. But in this video, I don't want to do that. I just want to just talk about the story specifically. So before I get into anything that's negative about the game, or get into anything about the game in fact, let's just say subscribe and like the video if you like it. If you don't like it, just dislike it, and then if you feel up to it, you can just comment down below and tell me why you don't like it or why you like it, or you just want to start a new conversation. That's fine. I'm okay with that, so you can do all that. So with that stuff out of the way, so let's talk about The Last of Us 2. So we start with the positive stuff. One thing that's positive, that's a positive that I think I can say, but I'm not entirely in agreement with, is that fine, they wanted to try something new and take a new route. Okay, they had like a lot of good ideas in the game. I just think that they executed them poorly. But yes, these guys actually had some good ideas in the story. They were good ideas, but they were executed poorly. We're gonna talk about the execution. We start talking about the bad stuff. So yeah, that's number one. They tried something new with a lot of good ideas, but in the big but executed poorly. And the second good thing I can say that it looks good. It looks kind of good. Like it's unreal that stuff is looking this good on a PS4. Like it looks really really good. So yeah, I can say that. Yeah, it looks really good. But then when you're looking at a game like The Last of Us, that shouldn't be the only things that are good. To be honest, they shouldn't, because it's kind of silly to just say that it looks good and they tried something new. Or maybe for people who enjoy the gameplay, say that the gameplay is good. And this is a story-driven game, so now we're getting into the negatives. To be honest, I I hate this game's story to the point where me watching videos of people actually hating it makes me even more sadder, because how can a lot of people agree so much that this game is bad? How can they make it like that for people to agree this much? I don't know. Like it's unreal. And the stuff that makes it bad is actually worse than what than the game being bad itself, because I've never really spoken too much about virtual signaling or SJWs invading video games or feminists and all that. And I'm going to be talking about that stuff a lot in the future whenever I run into it, because my channel is new. But I just don't like the idea that both SJWs and feminists, these guys just attacked this game and infected it so much that things that make it terrible. So that's number one for me. Like they invaded the game too much. So the one example that I have is that, so number one in this example is that the sex scenes in the game, they are horrible. Like I'm not looking for porn in my games. I mean, come on, if I want to look for porn, I know where to find it. And if I'm looking for adult games, there are a lot of them. Like Cyberpunk 2077 is actually coming out soon. So yeah, I'm going to be looking for my porn there. But in a game like The Last of Us, if you're gonna make your sex scenes exist in the game, at least make them good. Because now we're moving to point number two in the first example about sex scenes, is that they make the sex scenes not fair, in the sense that if you compare all of them. So from what I remember, I'm just recording this, like I said, no points, no nothing. From what I remember, there are two sex scenes of note in the game. There's the first one in the first act where we have Ellie and Dina, or whatever, Dina. And these two, when they were having sex, you barely see anything. Like, I'm a dude. Obviously, I'm gonna want to see something, but Ellie's body looks kind of weird in the game. Like Dina, I think Dina is the sexiest body in the game, and I wanted to see some of that, to be honest. But then we didn't get anything. But while you're watching, like for a normal person, while you're watching or playing the game in that moment when they start having sex, that's not what you're thinking about, to be honest. Like, I want to see her boobs, or I want to see her something, I want to see her ass. No, that's not something that you're thinking about in that moment. You're just like, oh, Ellie's having sex with a girlfriend, whatever, right? But then when you move on to the sex scene with Abby and what's her name? What's his name? Owen. When they're having their sex scene, you see almost everything. You actually see her man boobs. Like, oh, sorry for being transphobic, but that's what they basically are. They look weird, and oh my god. And then you compare the two. That's when you start to think, well, why didn't we see at least some from the other side? Is it because they're trying to be trans friendly? I don't know, because I don't know for a fact if Abby is trans, but there's a huge finger pointing to the fact that she's actually trans. So are they trying to say that we don't care about the female form, we just care about the trans form, of which being trans mean you're actually transforming into the female? So I don't understand why why people say that the female form is bad and all that, but then they support trans people who are trying to transform into a female. It doesn't make sense. It's pathetic, to be honest. It's really pathetic. And if Neil, was your idea, because I heard that Neil Druckmann was actually mo capping this scene. That's a fucking disgusting, man. Like, seriously, what the hell is wrong with you? Like, are you that desperate to have? Anyways, okay. So now let's move on to the story for the negative stuff. And like I said, this is not scripted. I'm just saying things from the top of my head. So when it comes to the story, The Last of Us 2, I think, okay, I'm not gonna name the number of the things. I'm just gonna name them as I go, because if I try to do that, I'll forget. But the first thing that comes to mind every time, and everyone is talking about, is Joel. Joel in this game is so stupid that you start to think maybe there's an alternate universe of The Last of Us where somehow he survived the first game and then happened to be in the second game. Like, I don't know. Like, if he was like that, if in this new universe he was like that in the previous game, I bet he would have died a long time ago, because Joel he just ran into this person out of nowhere. Sure, it was in the heat of running away from zombies and all that, and maybe Joel has softened up a little bit, but Joel knows that he killed a lot of fireflies. Like, he basically killed Marlene, one of the leading heads of that stuff. Do you honestly think you won't be paranoid to the point where he's like, nah, I'm not just going to trust anyone. I'm going to ask who they are. I'm going to even torture them just to know who they are, to be sure that I'm safe. No, he doesn't do that. He tells her his name. Tommy even tells them about where their settlement is and actually offers them to go there. Like, what the, okay, fine. Yeah, and then, they do that. And then Joe gets attacked and then he gets beat to death. And in the sense of saying that Joel knows what he did, so why would he do that? And it doesn't make sense. Like, the whole scene just doesn't make sense. And now let's be fair here. If we just say what happened to Joel in the writing doesn't make sense, let's go to Abby's side. Abby knows what Joel's capable of and what people around Joel, she even knows that Tommy is Joel's brother, which means that they have a lot of experience with this surviving thing. Why did she leave Tommy alive if she's going to be this ruthless person that they tried to portray in the first place? Well, no, she doesn't kill Joel. She doesn't kill Tommy and Ellie too. She leaves them alive, right? And after that, well, I think this is now the second point, or the second part of the story that I didn't like, is that when Abby is sparing these people, it doesn't make sense. The first time she spares Tommy and Joel, these people are obviously going to come for you and kill you. They'll find you. Maybe she thought she was going to be protected, but I think the reason why they did this is because they wanted to make Abby seem like a good person. But you can't kill someone I really care about and then spare me and expect me to think that you're a good guy. I'm going to find you and kill you. Like, that's basically what I'm going to do. And that's one thing. And then the second time, Ellie kills Owen and his wife, or his girlfriend, who was pregnant with Owen's child. Abby knows that this person is alive, is pregnant, and has been murdered by this other person. She finds this person, and instead of just maybe killing Dana would have made Abby a monster in the writer's eyes, right? But then killing Ellie made sense in that moment. It really did. It made a lot of sense. But then Abby doesn't. I'm not supporting Abby's side. I'm just trying to point out the stupidity in the writing. Ellie should have been killed in that moment when Abby finds them in the warehouse there. But then she doesn't. She shoots Jesse in the face because, well, we don't care about male characters anymore. She just shoots him in the face just like that, without even, like, she had a gun on them. She was just, but anyways, we're going to kill everyone, right? I'm not saying I like Jesse. Jesse's kind of a boring character. And you basically replaced Joe in that scene where Joe was supposed to say, you think I'm going to let you do this on your own. So yeah, I'm kind of pissed about that. So yeah, another thing that actually pissed me off as well is that Abby just stops killing because another kid told her not to. Like, why would that stay her hand? Because they want to make it seem like Abby can be redeemable. She like, in real life, if it was a real life situation, maybe in the future, in the modern future, she should be a redeemable person. But she basically killed a man in cold blood, and a man we care about. So we don't like, in this fictional world, we don't really care we want her dead. Even though if you try so hard to make a good character, we don't care. And then the other time is now like the worst scene in the whole, look, not the worst scene in the whole game. The worst scene is Joe dying. The second worst scene is where Ellie gets her fingers bitten off by Abby, and then she lets her live. Like, she basically lets Abby live, of which you start to ask yourself, what the frick is going on? Like, that scene, like, for me, when I watch these type of things or play these type of games, for the first time, I suspend all my disbelief of bad writing and all that. Just enjoy the story for what it is. And for this one, it was really hard. But then in my heart, deep down, if this game was written properly, I wouldn't want Ellie to become a monster like Joel did. If they wrote the story in that direction where they were trying to address how Joel was a monster towards the Fireflies and all that, of which the Fireflies kind of deserved it. They didn't know what they were doing, but then that's another story for another video. But if they were trying to go that direction, yeah, it would have kind of made sense that Ellie doesn't kill Abby at the end, because, well, she's trying to live better than, like, she's trying to live a better life than, like, the type of life that Joe wanted if they wrote it like that. But no, Ellie was killing everyone she came across. Like, I remember when she killed Owen and the pregnant lady, I was so fucking pissed. Like, you don't have any information about Abby anymore. Like, what the hell? Like, why did you just kill them just like that? But then, no, she lets Abby live. That was a stupid thing to do. And to be honest, like, I remember watching Griffin Gaming's video. I'm actually going to link the video in this item. Griffin Gaming commented and gave an example. He said that, watch the whole video because there's more context on his side of on his views on the game. But basically, he gave the example of saying that, imagine if Kratos had killed all these gods in God of War 3, killed everyone, Helios, Poseidon, whatever. Then he gets to Zeus and he's like, nah, walk away. Obviously, people would be pissed. Like, so we did all those horrible things just to get to this point to forgive a person. Like, what's the point? You're at a point where there's no point stopping. Like, why did you stop? Like, yeah, that was one point about the story I didn't like. So with that, I don't know if I can think of anything else. I'll heavily edit this video anyway, so let me just take a second to think if there was anything else I didn't like about the story. Well, yeah, I think that's it. That's it, to be honest. I think that's it. That's all I can say about the story and The Last of Us 2. And if there's a message I can send to Neil Druckmann, like, I'm a 6 subscriber channel at this point of uploading this video, so who cares? But if Neil Druckmann is going to take any advice from any of these content creators and the users of the game, not the critics, because the critics have lost their minds for giving this game 100%. But if there's anything I can say to the guys, just that, you know what, dude, if you want to write a story, like, I'm going to make another video on my other channel talking about something similar to this, but I'm going to say that if you want to create gay characters, whatnot, know that the one thing that you actually succeeded in this game is you actually created new characters. You know, made maybe Tommy trans or something, because a lot of people, a lot of media, like, is doing this, and it's annoying. So I should say you did the right thing by creating a new character in Abby than turning a known character into a trans person, of which that is silly. That's one thing. But if you're gonna make media, don't make it about their political views or their stand with gender and all that stuff. If there's trans, binary, gay, what it was, no gay. That's not a gender. But all these aspects, like gay, even like straight, like Spider-Man, for example, is a character who's straight, but it's not hit over your head every time you're watching Spider-Man that he's straight. He just likes a girl, he wants to date a girl. If someone likes a guy, yeah, they like a guy. Like, I live in a country where gay is not even accepted, to be honest. I don't think gay is accepted in my country. I'm actually gonna look that up. It's not even accepted, but people don't even look at shit like that anymore. They just watch. Like, I remember people loved the series Empire, and one of the guys was so cute, according to the girls who watched, like, the girls I talked to, they were saying that this guy is so cute and all that, and he was gay in that series, and they never even cared. They would just be like, too bad he's gay, I would have done him. That's all they could say. So if you're gonna make a character, just make a character, whether they're gay or not, and that usually doesn't even add to the story. If it's a story about revenge, what does it matter that they're gay? They lost someone they care about. It doesn't have to be a gay thing. So if the person is trans, whatever, just make the story about a person who happened to be trans, not a trans story, because usually those stories don't work out. So yeah, I think that's it. I gotta say, I'm actually kind of tired and I need to be doing something else right now. So that's me, Frosty, signing out. Like, sub, and comment, please. I love hearing people's views on this. That's why I'm even on YouTube. YouTube is a platform where I get to see other people's views. So if I actually get those views directly at me, that would be super awesome. So yeah, this is Frosty, and I'm out.